The Toronto Raptors will have all new uniforms when they take the court for the 2020-21 NBA season. The team unveiled 3 of the 5 new uniforms earlier this morning. The look is very Chevron heavy. But before we get too deep into this, let's take a look at the team's unveiling video. Alright, there it is, and as you can see from that video, this is very heavily influenced by the uniforms worn during their 2019 NBA championship run. The Raptors clinched the championship while wearing the Chevron style jersey. Their championship rings incorporated the Chevron design. Of course, it said North across the front instead of Raptors or Toronto. These new uniforms will say Raptors, they won't say North. So let's get to it. Let's start breaking down these uniforms one by one. First, we will start with the White Association Edition. And as is the case across the NBA, all association uniforms are white. Previously, they were known as the home uniform. The NBA doesn't do home and road anymore. Instead, we get association. Here it is, a white base with a red chevron across the front. Raptors is placed within that chevron in the chevron shape in white with black lettering. Player numbers below in red with black trim. There is no trim around the sleeves or the collar of this jersey. The team's official motto, "We the North," is placed at the bottom of the jersey in red. Looking at the back of the jersey, player's name is red. Number is red with black trim as it is on the front. And, of course, the Raptors championship patch goes above the player name on the back collar. Moving on to the Red Icon Edition jersey. Now, if you've been following this story, you will have seen this uniform already. It has leaked several times in the last few weeks. But now we're getting ourselves a better look at it here, so let's take a look. It's red, the chevron is black, the team name is red trimmed in white. Player number is black trimmed in white, and We the North is again at the bottom, this time in black. Like the white jersey, there is no trim around the collar or the arms. Back of the jersey, player name is white, number is black with white trim, and of course that championship patch is there. Moving on to the Statement Edition uniform, this is where things get a little more interesting as they start to pay tribute to the team's history. No, not purple, but bear with me here. These uniforms are black. There is no chevron across the front, but Raptors is laid out as if there is a chevron there. The team's name is red with white trim, as is the player number. There is a trim around the collar on this one. It looks nice. It just sort of completes the look. And you will notice the subtle jagged pinstripes in the background of that uniform. That is a nod indeed to the team's original uniform, worn from 1995 to 1999. So a good way to pay tribute to that uniform without necessarily using the large dinosaur across the front, which can be polarizing with some people. Back of the jersey, player's name is white, number is red with white trim. And on the front of the jersey, you'll notice that instead of the Nike logo, it is an Air Jordan logo. This is a league-wide change across the NBA. All statement uniforms will have Air Jordan on the front. And we also got ourselves a very brief look at the shorts that will be worn with these jerseys. The Red Icon and White Association jerseys will be worn with the shorts that incorporate the chevron design into the right leg and also place the team's logo on the opposite side, while the black statement uniform continues the jagged pinstripes all the way down. You'll also notice on that black statement uniform there is a single red pinstripe down the side. The team's logo is at the bottom of the leg. There is also a maple leaf worn on the waistband of all the shorts. That is something the team has done for several seasons now. These new uniforms were designed in collaboration between Nike and Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment's in-house design team. Toronto Raptors president Masai Ujiri said that uniforms do matter to these players. Our team made the choice to wear the earned jerseys during the 2019 finals, for example, and we want to give our players and our fans jerseys they're proud to wear, not just because they say Raptors on the front, not just because they're a symbol of our city and country, but because they also look great. I think that's what we've achieved with these. You may have noticed at the beginning of this video I mentioned that the team is unveiling only 3 out of the total 5 new uniforms they will be wearing this season. And while we haven't seen those other 2 looks, they will be their City Edition and their Earned Edition. Yes, the Earned Editions are returning after not being worn last season. The team didn't unveil these looks, but they may have given us a bit of a clue here. If you look at this group shot here, you'll notice at the far left and the far right you will see blacked out uniforms. If you play with these uniforms a little bit in Photoshop, which of course I did immediately, take a look at what you see. All right, okay, I don't know which one's the City one, I don't know which one's the Earned uniform, but that uniform on the left sure does look like a black uniform with gold trim and Raptors arched across the front, perhaps in black lettering trimmed in gold. It's hard to tell. The one on the right is, well, and don't get too excited here folks, but I see purple. It looks like a purple jersey with black. I see a lot of black on the shorts and Raptors across the front in the chevron shape, but not necessarily with a chevron. We're not entirely sure when these uniforms will be unveiled, but I'm kind of excited by seeing this little teaser here. The team says the 2 additional uniforms will be unveiled sometime between now and the beginning of the 2020-21 NBA season, whenever that is. As for Raptors history, this is the 5th time they've totally redesigned their uniforms in their 26 season history. They started with the famous or infamous, depending on your point of view, purple jerseys with the large Raptor on the front and the jagged pinstripes, which are back again thanks to the statement uniforms. Worn these from 1995 to 1999. The team switched to a slightly more conventional look in 1999-2000, Vince Carter's rookie season. No, second season. The uniforms were purple on the front, said Toronto, and the back of the jersey was actually black, a very interesting design. That is when we saw the chevrons for the first time. See them there on the side of the jersey. They used to point down because they had no symbolism yet. They were just there to look nice. In 2003, the team switched from Toronto to Raptors across the front of the jersey. No other changes were made. But in 2006, the same design was used, now as red as the primary color. And that was worn for 10 seasons before the latest redesign happened in 2015, which I like to call the DeMar DeRozan design because that's who I see when I look at that jersey. They wore that uniform for 5 seasons, the We the North design. The chevrons were flipped to point to the north. They now had meaning, and suddenly in 2020 they are now the main star of the show. Chevrons got their big break in 2017-18 when they first graced the front of the club's black and gold City Edition uniform. Of course it said North in there instead of Raptors. They brought this design back again in 2018-19, again as a City Edition, but now with white as the base color. And finally, around December of 2018, the red and white version that they ended up wearing when they won the championship. So now that you've seen them, what do you think? You're just going to have to wait till you see them on the court? Are you disappointed? I'm not quite sure how I feel about them yet. I'll have to wait till I see them in action. I really want to see those other 2 uniforms first before I really have an opinion on this, but I don't know. I'll have to wait till I see him on the court. Share your thoughts in the comments. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't be afraid to subscribe to us. The more subscribers I get, the more motivated I am to make more of these videos. Thanks for checking this out. And if you want more information on this, I did an article about this on sportslogos.net. Check that out. Check out sportslogos.net for all your logo and uniform history. And thanks for watching this video.